tonight with the invocation by Alderman Chapman and the Pledge of Allegiance by Alderman Godfrey.
Please bow your heads with me, please. Dear Lord, we humble ourselves and come before you and ask for your mercy and your guidance and your blessing on us as we enter into this meeting. I pray that you will place upon our hearts the knowledge and the wisdom to make the best decisions for the city. We pray that you will be with all of our first responders, for our police officers, our firefighters, our EMT individuals, and for the military men and women, both home and abroad. We pray for this country. We pray for this state, this county, and the city. And we thank you for the many blessings that you've given us that we very much do not deserve. In your name I pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Chapman.
Present.
Alderwoman Godfrey.
Present.
Alderwoman McSparron.
Here.
Alderwoman Jones.
Here.
Alderman Wilbanks. Here. Alderwoman Oliver. Alderman Lott. Here. Attorney Josiah Burns. Here. And Presiding Mayor Will Purdie.
All right, thank you. Having no recognitions tonight, we will move to consideration of the consent agenda. Do I have any discussion or motion on that item?
I move to approve item 6A through double D.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, our department head report will be from Levius Buckley, our fire chief this evening. Welcome, Chief.
Good evening. Roy told me to go for the record, so I wish me luck.
I suspect you're gonna disappoint him.
I am. So the intro, our mission statement is a little wordy, but it's just to paraphrase. We're gonna do the best we can with what we got, and you know, all that good stuff. I got a timer on me. All right, recent activity. Up on the screen, we got a few wrecks that happened on 80, and got us out at a construction site going over what we would do if someone would get trapped in a confined space, just showing the people out there what we're capable of doing. Calls to date, a little over 1,400 calls, 57 fires. That includes cars, grass, and house fires. Motor vehicle collisions, 60 to date. Medical calls, a little over 1,100. And hazardous situations, including gas leaks and things of that nature, carbon monoxide alarms. Is the breakdown. Roughly 77% of our calls are medical. We got some public service calls in there, and that includes picking folks up off the floor, things like that, a few rescues. No emergency. See, that's about 9% of our calls. That's false alarms, whether it's fire alarms, somebody mistakenly hitting their medical alert alarm. There's no emergencies there. Just community engagement. We've been involved in a little bit of everything. We got with the law and public safety class at the high school, and we did a mock drill where they helped us, where they put out the structure fire along with a bomb scare and a mass casualty incident. They enjoy that every year, and we enjoy helping. Pictured up there, we got when they were removing some AC units off the old Packard building, and we just thought it was a pretty cool picture with the Clinton water towers along with that helicopter up there. So, and lastly, that's us replacing flags at City Hall. They weren't real happy with us blocking the road, but we had to get that done. Professional development, just what we're doing with our training. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of guys that have completed 1001 and EMT this year. And then we got other classes, driver operator, hazmat tech. A new one we done this year, swift water rescue. With the flooding that happened in Hattiesburg, we always got to stay prepared and be able to do what we can to help. We got a few low-lying areas where it could happen. We hope it don't, but we got to be ready. We continue to inspect commercial development. We did over 87. This includes our daycare, schools, everything, businesses, restaurants. We're inspecting. Sometimes they love to see us, sometimes they don't, but we got a job to do. So, recent fires, a couple house fires. Got a fire at the Walmart. A truck van caught on fire, and we got a pretty nasty structure fire down on the bottom right. Intensive calls. There was a wreck that happened on the north frontage road. Well, we don't really know what happened, but she ended up hitting the concrete culvert, and she made it, but she's gonna have a long recovery. So that was down in the ditch, and that water was cold that day. Another wreck on the interstate. This happened a few weeks ago. High rate of speed. I think one of the vehicles was stopped in the interstate. I don't know if it was a medical emergency or what, but it was a pretty nasty wreck as well. Car versus building. One in the Old Town, one at Lovett School. So, yeah. So they did a really good job of patching it up. It's back and like it never happened out there at the school. So
Is that your school?
it was.
Wow.
It's,
Lucky somebody wasn't.
Right in the office, left in my classroom.
so yeah, that was it was close to the cafeteria area. So, but yeah. Current progress. Right now, we had 57 out of 58 spots. I think that deserves a round of applause because that's been tough. But we do have some retirements coming up. But we're going to keep at it, keep hiring quality personnel. This growth and what we're doing, future focus, we got a few big budget items coming up, and we're trying to prepare the best way we can, whether that's grant writing, and we just want to have the best equipment to match our good personnel so we can set the standard in the metro area for fire. And operational efficiency, we're trying to make sure we keep our response times under that 6-minute mark. And we're just trying to, use our data that we have to improve in every area pretty much. That's it. Thank you.
Chief, how you said this last time, and I didn't write it down. We've got new young talent coming in. So of your 57 of 58, how many of those are trained, and how many of those are untrained, classified untrained?
Classified untrained, it's 9.
Okay.
We got 9 that do not have 1001, but of those 9, 5 of them are in EMT school, so they will have some type of training where they can help. Fire academy's backed up. Everybody's trying to hire. It's just we're gonna get them in something where they can be useful.
Good.
We just wait. It's a waiting game at this point.
Appreciate it.
Anybody else? Thank you, Chief. Y'all do a terrific job, and we appreciate all you do. And you got the first item, so you can hang out right there.
Yeah.
Item 8A, and it's approval to enter into a contract with Crowley Emergency Services Consulting, LLC, for a fee of $3,000 to write a grant for replacement of SCBA air packs for the fire department.
Yes, I met Ms. Crowley at the state capitol during some of the tier 5 discussion. She's a longtime fireman. She worked at Biloxi Fire. She's been writing grants for other cities for at least 10, 15 plus years. So I'm new to the grant writing, so I felt like I needed a little help, and I can learn from her and then go forward with that.
That's good. Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 8B. By way of introduction to this item, as you're aware, we have been in the process of appointing a new school board member. We have a subcommittee of the board conducted interviews with two folks who have been nominated. Both applicants, or both nominees rather, were great candidates. Both comported themselves very well. We were very impressed with both. I think after discussion, the consensus of that group was to move ahead with the appointment of Greg Nora to the Clinton Public School District Board of Trustees, effective July 1, 2026. That's been presented and discussed to the board at large at a work session. So I would make that recommendation to you now.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8C. To approve a resolution to amend the employee handbook regarding annual leave schedules. With Mr. Burns, our city attorney.
Yes, and I think we talked about this at a work session a couple of weeks ago. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But ultimately, we're trying to do a number of things. The primary thing here is to first amend the handbook, so to increase the leave to match essentially what the state gets, so that we can max out the retirement payments that our employees get when they retire, so that they get this maximum service credit possible. And so that's one of the changes that we did. The other one is the departments have been asking for a donated leave policy as well, so that employees can donate their sick leave to other employees when they need it for a catastrophic illness or injury or maternity or paternity time after the birth of a child as well. So those are the primary things that are in the policy.
Move to approve 8C and D.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8E is to approve a subordination, non-disturbance, and attorney agreement for Gulf Relays. This is Mr. Burns as well.
Yeah, and this is something that Gulf Relay has requested. They've got one of their primary clients is Siemens that they've leased property to. So this is just a standard agreement that we re-signed. I think we signed with Crenshaw back in 2000. It's the identical terms other than the new tenant. And so now that Gulf Relay has closed on that property and taken over the lease from the city, from Crenshaw, the lender that they're using is requesting another one of these agreements be re-signed. So that's essentially all of that is.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8F, to approve $8,950 to Pennington and Trim Alarm Services for the installation of cameras at Town Park, and authorize the mayor to execute a contract for $9 per month for support and service fees. This will be Ms. Nunn, our Director of Parks and Recreation.
Awesome. Good evening. As you know, we're working to try to update some cameras at parks, as well as bring in new cameras for those areas that we don't already have cameras at. Town Park, as you know, has the new pickleball courts. So this will just add cameras to the pickleball courts, as well as the surrounding areas, the parking lot up at the top. So just kind of give it more security out there.
And just as a refresher, this was adopted.
Yes.
We've actually approved these cameras once. We got two bids that were virtually identical, literally a few dollars off. And the original company has been non-responsive thus far on the work, so we're moving to the other bidder. But this amount was a donated amount for these cameras. Just a reminder.
And Pennington and Trim is already a company that we use, particularly with Parks and Recreation, as well as probably some other departments with our alarm system. So we know them well. They are quick to respond to us when we need service done. So we worked well with them.
Do we already have cameras at Town Park already? This is just additional cameras?
Yeah, so the previous company that we already work with, we have about 3 to 4 cameras already on the playground. This would be to replace those cameras so that it's all on the same, all on the same company, and then we'll take those cameras and put them at the other facilities as we need them. Like if there's vandalism and we need to replace it, instead of us buying a new camera, it would be the same kind until we can, update the rest of them with the same company.
So every park has cameras, security cameras?
Well, the next item will make us to where we have them all.
Okay, good.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8G is for $4,500 to Pennington and Trim Alarm Services for the installation of cameras at Town Spring Park, and authorize the mayor to execute a contract for $99 per month for service fees, internet support, and off-site storage.
Yep, so, those that don't know, Town Spring Park is a little, I would say a little pocket park, located downtown. There's a cool spring there, but there's activity there that we need cameras on. And so this would essentially take care of that. As you know, there's not a place like a physical, building area to house it. And so that's why, we needed to add the additional charges, per month to house that storage.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8H is for $3,500 to JCW Enterprises LLC to provide entertainment at the 2026 Red, White, and Blue Fest. So,
All right, as you know, we are hot and heavy with the Red, White, and Blue Fest planning. The July 4th committee has been busy trying to find an opening act to come before the Fountain City Players, which you've already approved that. John Clayton White, he's a 15-year-old blues guitarist prodigy. He is from Mississippi. He's done a lot of really cool things, performing around I would say the Southeast. And he's a songwriter as well as a vocalist. So I think he'll be a great act to bring in here. He'll be just somebody cool to see as he takes us in through the night with Fountain City Players. So we're excited there.
Move to approve.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to mention though too, with July 4th, it'll be posted on social media tomorrow. But the July 4th committee came up with something new to do regarding the national anthem for this year's Red, White, and Blue Fest. So we're going to be accepting submissions starting tomorrow through next Wednesday for those that would like to sing the national anthem or play the national anthem. And then we'll narrow it down to 3 submissions. We'll post those on our city page, and we'll allow the public to then vote and pick who will be our national anthem person to perform.
I'm
So
an Alderman.
look
Bush.
look for that.
I appreciate that.
There'll be more information on the city page posted tomorrow.
Respectfully declined.
Yes, I did that once. It's a nerve-wracking awful thing.
Yep.
Not for
Not
anybody else.
anybody should.
Yeah, everybody should submit, but you mess up the words, it's bad.
There we go.
Hey,
Thank you
can I ask you
guys.
a question?
Sure.
2% vote.
Okay.
What's the date of that?
Yes, 2%, the restaurant tax special vote is gonna be June 9th, next Tuesday. That'll be at Traceway Park. It will not be the vote where you go to the different areas. It will only be at Traceway Park. Voting will open at 7 a.m. and it will conclude at 7 p.m. So,
And all the sports
Yeah.
clubs and organizations are on it?
absolutely.
It just seems like it snuck up on me anyway. It's
Yeah.
very soon. So if you like pickleball courts, you like all the stuff that's been going on out the parks, it's all coming from 2%. You please go vote.
Absolutely. We've been able to do a lot with the 2% in the last 4 years. A lot of things that we would have never been able to do. So if we want to continue to see that growth, the 2% is very important for us. So we're excited.
Away from today.
A week from today.
It has snuck up. June.
It's crazy. It's-
Yes.
yeah,
Any more questions?
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item 8I is going to be an architectural review for 310 Clinton Boulevard in Ward 4. Mr. Edwards, our Director of Community Development, will discuss this.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. James Ferguson with Wilson Tire has submitted the new colors for their building at 310 Clinton Boulevard. Turn that on. Wait. This is the location. You'll recognize it as the Wilson Tire and Auto Service Center. This property is zoned in the Clinton Boulevard Corridor District. This is as it sits today. These are the colors he's wanting to go with there. The colors are shown on the rendering are the Valspar 1009 is the red you see there. Valspar 4011 is the black, and Valspar 8004 with would be the white. The Architectural Review Committee as well as the Planning Commission both have recommended approval as submitted.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8J will be an architectural review for 550 East Northside Drive. This will be Ward 3. Mr. Edwards.
Thank you. Jeff Pruitt, on behalf of Northside Dental Group, has submitted construction documents for an approximately 680 square foot addition on their building. This is the location there at the corner of Hunt Cliff and Northside Drive. This is the building as it sits today. Your site plan. This property is zone C2, and this is an approved use for that district. The addition is using the same material and colors as the existing building. This is your rendering of the new building. This is your front view, really a southeast view of it. That would be the new to the right of the red line there. This is your northeast view of it. This is the rear with all the windows, and then to the left of the line, there's the new addition on there. The site plan does meet our dimensional landscape and parking requirements from our ordinance. The Architectural Review Committee as well as the Planning Commission have recommended approval as submitted.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8K is an architectural review at 901 East Northside Drive in Ward 4. Mr. Edwards.
And Rusty Moore with Bishop Haveloski is here if there are any questions. And he has submitted a rendering and site plan to renovate the existing structure at this location. You'll recognize the location, the old Woods Equipment building there at the corner of Northside and Old Vicksburg Road. The initial plan is to remove the pipe barricades you see there that they will put up with the lawnmowers and things to stay behind those. To paint the brick and the remainder of the structure color shown on the example. So as it stands today, these are the colors he's wanting to use, which is not the building there, but the darker gray on the, not making that big of a change to it. But he used the darker color for the roll-up doors and the lighter for the other. If you see where the property for sale sign is, there's another bay there that he's going to open back up. The garage door is still in there, in fact, so he's just got to remove that and put the bay back. This is his, again, his initial is to paint the brickwork and the roll-up doors and install building mounted signs going in the same place as those signs were there. So we won't have to bring that back before this ordinance or before this committee on here, but they will have to meet our requirements, of course. Future updates and plans, if you see in the red there, to close off the street access. They're the closest to the intersection, the two accesses closest to the intersection. There is some water and sewer in there, so he's going to have to back up just a little bit from his rendering there, but he wants to do that and then remove the damaged asphalt paving and replace with concrete paving. This, again, this is future upgrades if approved. And then put new brick on the side on the old Vicksburg North Side Drive sides on there. This property is on C2. This is an idea of their trucks on there. They'll be parked inside each night. Of course, they'll leave to go. It'll be mainly for the offices for his employees to come in. We'll pull the trucks out if one's not being used at the time. Just have it just outside the bay door there. And again, this is the location. The Architectural Review Committee as well as the Planning Commission has recommended approval as submitted.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8L, this is a conditional use for 807 North Monroe Street in Ward 1. Edwards.
Michelle Tuller with One Hope is seeking a conditional use to operate an adult daycare at this location. This building was originally built and used as a child care facility. You'll recognize that they're on Monroe Street, and there's quite a few people here in support of the One Hope mission. This is the aerial view of it showing the parking. This property is zoned Old Town Clinton, and an adult daycare is allowed as a conditional use. They are requesting a conditional use for this one. Section 1005 gives you the requirements for granting a conditional use. On this, they'll start with about 20 participants and 5 adults, which is plenty of parking for that. In fact, they can double the participants as well as the employees and still have plenty of parking at this location on there. The notice of public hearing was published and the property was posted as required by our ordinance, and the planning commission has recommended approval as submitted.
I think that's fantastic, but I just wonder, there's nothing else under the definition of adult daycare. How expansive is that definition? Is it pretty limited to exactly what they're wanting to do?
That is for what they put on their privilege license application.
What is an adult?
It may be better to let Michelle tell you more about that.
Do you want me to come up there or just talk from here? Okay. Excuse me. And my voice is kind of loud, so I didn't know if I needed to. We work with adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Several of our families are here. So they come to the center 8 to 2 each day, where we work on life skills, just any activity, living skills. We get them out in the community. We help find them jobs if they want to work, in hope that they one day want to find their own place to live. So then we work on those skills as well. So they become very independent and can live with assistance in a house or an apartment. That's us in a nutshell.
What age do they start with?
Okay, for the day center, they have to have aged out of high school, so a minimum of 18, through any age. I think our oldest that we currently have is in their 50s. We have had them in their 60s in the past. We do also work in the homes of those that are under 18, but for the center, they'll have to be over 18.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It looks like
Yes.
there was, I just noticed that it looked like it's been repainted. It looks, the building
Yeah.
looks really nice.
Thank you. Darren Bird, who is actually the owner of the building, is here
It
as
was
well.
green, wasn't it? Yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow. It was something else, but
But
anyway,
it's been that color.
green, so
Green. Oh, was it a yellow then green?
I just know it looks
Yeah.
nice. Appreciate
It
that.
does.
Well, we're
investment.
excited.
Yes.
We're excited to be in Clinton. We currently have several, about 17 or 20, that come from the Clinton area that we are transporting to Brandon every day.
Wow.
So the parents have been after us for 2 years to find somewhere in Clinton.
Good.
And God truly opened this up. Darren just kind of out of the blue one day called and said, "Are y'all looking for a building in Clinton?" So, I mean, it's been a God thing that it's happened. So we're excited to be back and not have to transport.
Yeah.
We will still have the one in Brandon. Well, we just don't have to transport all the way from here to Clinton. To Brandon.
Good.
Well, it sounds like a terrific addition to our community.
Well, thank you.
Fills
Yes,
our
it
needs.
is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I believe we had a motion from Alderwoman Jones.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 8M is approval of amendment to the zoning ordinance as it pertains to data centers. And Mr. Edwards, our Director of Community Development.
Thank you. This is just again, an amendment to our zoning ordinance. We've added or proposing to add a section under our definitions for a data center. As you can see the definition there, which will include the crypto processing, commercial cryptocurrency mining, artificial intelligence training, as well as and/or processing and cloud computing on there. And it also includes all the water cooling, storage facilities, utilities, substations, things like that under the definition. And then the next part is under section 2802 is to add it as a conditional use in I-1. That way, if it's you can go into I-2 as well, only as a conditional use. All data centers will have to come before this board and before the planning commission for a public hearing prior to being approved.
That's conditional use for I-1 only, or I-1?
It's I-1 and that carries on into I-2. Anything that's conditional use in I-1
Is
can be
all
allowed. Right.
Move to approve.
So, Just a second, I want to ask a question. This is just defining what this is.
Correct.
This isn't bringing an extra 40 in before people create stories that aren't created yet.
That is it. We want to go ahead and get ahead of the game with this. I have spoken to some more people that are looking at the Clinton area out here. So it's just at least put it in a certain spot of the city and limit it to those places. And as you know, we're working as well on a ordinance for data centers.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8N, this is approval of amendment to the zoning ordinance as it pertains to food trucks. Mr. Overton.
Right. And the whole the proposed amendment is to change 2601G, which is the allowed uses in C3, and it allows full service restaurants and fast food restaurants, and to remove food trucks from this point on here. And it would still be allowed as a conditional use because food trucks are allowed in C2 only as a conditional use. Again, if it's allowed in C2, it can move to C3. Also to I1 if needed, like for the data center, whatever.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8O, this is approval of amendment to the contractor's ordinance.
Okay, this is amendment, but actually we'll be proposing a actual ordinance to repeal the existing 1999 ordinance and replace it possibly with this one on there. It would remove the city's wording and testing requirements and just replace it with the state requirements. Those we have to follow anyway. They require registration of roofers, tree cutters, foundation repair contractors, pool installers. Right now, those aren't necessarily listed in there, though for years we've always required them to do it, but I wanted to go ahead and put it in our ordinance to require those to follow the same rules, have the bond, the general liability, as well as registering with the city prior to pulling any permits. Also to change the date from our old ordinance, or an existing ordinance, I should say, to renew licensing other than just in October. The way our ordinance reads now, they all come due at the same time. So Taylor has to get all of that out at one time. Instead, just make it yearly based on their registration date, whatever date that was, a year from that point, it would be time to renew. And the bond general liability we require for all contractors, including the ones we're adding to it. And then require that the bond and liability be in the name of the qualifying contractor on there. That way we don't, we have to tell sometimes they'll come in with general liability under one name and then the bond under a separate name. And then when you look at their license, it's under a totally different name. This is to require them all to be the same there if needed. And that's pretty well just the changes that we're making.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 8B is going to be an approval of amendment to the animal control order.
Right. And this is just a amendment to our existing animal control ordinance. And it simply reads to fail to promptly remove and dispose of in a sanitary manner feces left by a dog or cat being handled by any person on property, public or private, other than the premises of the owner or handler of such dog or cat. And furthermore, it would be unlawful for any owner or handler not to have in his or her possession a device for the removal and a depository for the transportation of animal feces from such property.
Amen.
Alderman Godfrey, would you like to make the? Would you like a second?
No, she have you.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 8Q is approval of the nuisance property ordinance.
Okay, and what we have here is just the of taking the items that we've been using under our zoning ordinance and moving them to their own ordinance where they won't stand under the zoning ordinance. It also gives us the leverage to go ahead and increase the fines on there as well, where state law only gives us so much we can use under zoning ordinances on there. Your general ordinances do have a little bit more that can be used there. The only changes we've made on there is under the conditions of buildings, what needs to be taken care of. It said scattered or rotted firewood. We have also added tree and shrub trimmings, scattered limbs and down trees and tree trunks. And any use which generates any odor, stench, or smell of such character, strength, and continued duration which substantially interferes with the comfortable enjoyment of private homes and properties by persons of ordinary sensibilities. And failure to maintain garbage and trash bins and enclosures in a neat and sanitary manner, in the opinion of the Director of Community Development, shall constitute a violation of the ordinance. And then, of course, the penalties and fines, like I said, they're stepped. First offense is $100, just like it is in the zoning. The second offense is a minimum of $350, and then the third offense goes up to anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Again, our zoning ordinance just limited that to $100. And each day in this ordinance, as well as in the zoning ordinance, constitutes a new violation each day that passes by after adjudication.
And you work with people before you issue a fine. Now, if it's a repeated customer, you just start, but people can call you and say, listen, I've got this, I've got a fence guy coming to repair the fence. It's going to be a month or so. As long as you're aware and as long as you know, then, and they give you a timeline, you're very workable, your department.
Yes, ma'am. We're going
And
to make
with
sure.
the citizens.
Right, we'll do that. We'll ask them to give us a plan of action
Mhm.
with a turn time that
Yes.
we'll have it done in a month, 2 months. And depending on what the violation is, how long. If it's a car parked in the yard, I don't expect to let them leave it there very long. They need to move it within the day.
Okay, good.
But we're not writing tickets just as we go by, unless that's the second time that we've gone by and they've left the car there. Sometimes we do get some that will move it and figure they've gotten past the violations, so they can set it back.
Yeah.
Where it was.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. We do have a couple of employment items tonight. Item 9A is approval for the Clinton Police Department to hire Emily Marca as an uncertified booking officer at the listed salary.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Item 9D is approval for the Clinton Police Department to hire Stephen Winter as an animal control officer at the listed salary.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Then item 9C is approval to hire Daniel Griffith as a grounds technician pending completion of the hiring process.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any other business to come before the board this evening?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I was understanding about 2 years ago, we had to grant the funds to get Highway Farm Road completely resurfaced, reconditioned, back to standards. And since we had that disaster that 2 years ago of the severe weather, all the funds got rotated over to the cleanup for Clinton. And since then, they have not come back over there or even tried to recommission to try to see if they can fix Highway Farm Road. It's ragged out. They have terrible vehicle suspension if you drive no more than 3 miles an hour. And we're wondering what's going on with it.
Well, sorry, in terms of having the funds, I'm not aware of any monies that have been budgeted for that project specifically. I can't speak to Hobby Farms with regard to where they are on the road repair list, but I'm happy to check into that issue for you in the morning with our city engineer, see where that is. And if you want to call my office in the morning, I'll be happy to get that information for you.
Because they've been waiting 25 years to get to resurface. The last two mayors, they said, yeah, we got the funds, we got the grants, all that, and they said, no, they don't do that.
Well, I'll be happy to find out where I can for you. And if you want to call my office, I'll be happy to get that.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
What else?
Move to adjourn.
All right. So second, we have a motion to second. All those in favor? All those opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks very much.